is Lisa, and I am back with another amateur ASMR video. Okay, so what I decided to do today is to show you guys my sketchbook. So my friend and I decided to start doing daily drawing challenges in 2020. We were both busy with our master's degrees and needed to do something creative because mental health. So we started to do these sketchbooks. We each bought ourselves a sketchbook, and we each made turns to choose the theme of the sketches for the day. So yeah, today I'll be showing you guys my sketchbook. So without further ado, here are my sketches. So here is my sketchbook. It has the prettiest mandala pattern on the cover. So let's dive into it. This is the first picture in the book, and it is a self-portrait. So we decided for the first picture to do a self-portrait, and I really like the patterns and the colors in this one. Self-portrait. The second picture in my book is this one titled Rain, and I really like this picture because this is a laundry line, actually my laundry line with some clothes on it, and it rained a lot, and I took a picture because I did not get the time to remove my laundry from the line before the rain caught up with me. So I decided to draw this for the picture of rain. The next picture is patterns. And I think with the same theme of kind of laundry, I drew some clothing items here. It's not really patterns. I don't really know why I drew this, but patterns. And we have some of my favorite clothing items that I like to wear here. A cute little dress and this shirt that says, "It is not me, it is you." And then some undies, a little skirt, tie-dye shirt, and my favorite pair of Doc Marten boots. Okay. Next image is this fun one of Vegeta and Bulma of Dragon Ball Z. So during lockdown or during 2020, we watched a lot of different series and movies, and one of the things we started to watch was Dragon Ball Z. It was my first time watching it, and I loved it so much. So I drew this picture of Vegeta and Bulma. Such a cute couple. This is not my original work. I used a reference picture for this, so please don't come at me. And then this picture is plants. So this is some plants of my garden. And I like this little, like my toes sticking out in this picture. And we have some petunias and a little mushroom statue. I love mushrooms. My nails are mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Cute little plants. The next picture is this one, which is the front of my house. And I still live in this house to today. And these are my two cats, Yama and Blages. And you're just the front of my house with my lawn and my willow tree, baby willow is mushrooms, and I really like this one because I love mushrooms. And we have a lot of different mushrooms in this picture. Some turkey tails, some amanitas. I don't remember the name of these pink ones, but I like them a lot. I think it's like a peachy fuzzy. I can't remember. I don't know. I knew what it was called back in the day, but I don't remember anymore. And yeah, I think this is also like a picture of me wearing a mushroom hat. I really like this one. And this unfortunate fellow here is the picture I drew for Friday the 13th, so pretty much bad luck. So this is a cow that got stuck in a kitty grocery car thingy. So yeah, this was bad luck and Friday the 13th. For this one, we had to draw our zodiac sign, and mine is Taurus. Taurus. Forgot how to spell. And I drew this picture of me with horns like a bull, and this is the star sign of Taurus. And these are cosmos flowers because my birthday is in April, and in South Africa cosmos flowers grow in autumn, and autumn falls over March, April and May. So I thought it was a cute little addition to this picture. Next one is this mantis. So the theme was insects, and I drew this mantis. And this mantis looks like he's going to a rave because his arms are in the air. I think he's like jamming to, I don't know, a Fiji or someone. So, mantis. And in this picture, we had a book switch day, and we had to draw creatures. So this picture is one that my friend drew of his creature, and I drew another creature in his book. So this looks like some kind of troll goblin thing with the best hair that I've ever seen. Look at this thing's hair. This thing has better hair than I've ever had, and big ears. So this is the picture he drew in my book. And I really like these two pictures. So the first one is organ, and I drew a brain for my organ, and I kind of just like the flowers and the colors in this one, and the nerves going into the face. So this is organ, and it was the picture I drew was a brain. And next picture is skull. I really like this one because there's this band I really like called Coco Rosie, and they have a song called Fairy Paradise, and in Fairy Paradise they sing about this girl who got killed or somehow died, and she ended up in a forest, lying in a forest, and as she started to kind of break down, the fairies moved into her body, moved into her skeleton. So this is like a little fairy person living in this lady's skull, or chilling in her skull, in her socket. And here I have some mushrooms going out of the socket because it also sings something like a mushroom for an eyeball. So I thought it was funny to put like a little mushroom growing out of the socket. And we also have some like other mushrooms, and these look like sweet pea flowers, a snail, and morning glories, and just some forest debris on the floor here. And then the next picture was this one, where we had to draw a pond and a moth, and I combined the two pictures the two themes for this picture into one picture that stretched over 2 pages. So we have leaves that fell from a tree that's lying on the water. And I think it's night because I think these little dots is stars that are reflecting in the water. And we have this beautiful big emperor moth that is chilling here, hovering here over the water. So this is Moth and Bond. And I really like this image. So this is a tiny little house on a hill with a tree, and the theme is clouds. So I drew these majestic big clouds around this little house, and I really like this because my dream house is like a super tiny house that's kind of somewhere remote away from the hustle and bustle of society. So this is clouds. Clouds, 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 clouds. And the next picture is cats. Cats. So I decided to draw my two cats. Yama. You guys met Yama in my previous video. Yama and Plages. Plages. So Plages is actually my boyfriend's cat, and we found him as a stray cat. And the word plaag in Afrikaans means plague, like the Black Death, plague. And when we found him, he was very skinny and he had a lot of ticks and fleas, and he looked like something that crawled out of the plague. So we called him Plages, and he's the coolest cat. And they are wearing bucket hats, a yellow bucket hat and an orange bucket hat, and funky shades, funky shades, funky shades. Giant ginger cat and tiny tabby cat, my two cats, Plages and Yama. And on this page we had to draw a seahorse. So I drew an actual like horse looking face or body and with a tail, and it kind of reminds me of a kelpie. I don't know if you guys know like kind of mythological creatures, but a kelpie is like this kind of monster horse thing that lives in the water. So it's like a kelpie with some fish, goldfish, and I think these are betta fish, I don't know, betta fish and goldfish around it. Seahorse. And the next picture is my desk space. We had to draw our desk spaces, and this is my laptop. I still have this laptop, and I've had it since 2011, so that's crazy. But I don't believe in throwing things away that are still working, so I gave it an update, an upgrade, so it's as good as new. But I've had this laptop for a long time, and these are just some little trinket things I have in my shelf, my bookshelf, like this little 3D printed mushroom and a lot of snails. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it only 4? 4 snails. 4 snails. And then there's a paper crane, a little paper crane, and an owl statue, and a 3D printed mushroom. And what else? What else? In this box I have a lot of paint and art supplies, brushes, etc. And yeah, I think this thing over there is a rock, a very cool rock I picked up one time in the field while I was quad biking with a friend. Anyway, I got this big kind of pointy crystal looking rock. So this is cool. My desk space. And this is a Studio Ghibli movie, a scene from a Studio Ghibli movie. And this movie is called When Marnie Was There, I think. And if you guys haven't seen this movie yet, go check it out. It's such a cute movie. And I also did the this from a reference picture. This is not my own work. Well, I did drawing, but the idea is not my own work. So, but I like how it stretches over 2 pages. And then on this page, we had to do a study of leaves. So we have this little kind of elf person again. I think it's like the same guy that was in the skull picture, little elf person, and he's lying on a bed of different leaves, almost kind of like a mandala. So these are some nice leaves. I like these ones. They are called karya leaves. It's from a tree that we have here in South Africa called a karya tree. And these are popular tree leaves. And these are just, I guess, random leaves that I drew for him to lie down in. Okay. And this young man in this picture is my friend with who I did the challenge. And he has a rollie in his mouth because he always used to roll his own rollies. And he has very nice brown eyes and very nice long curly hair, and he's always kind of wearing a hoodie. So I like the contrast in this one with like the colorful background in his face and then the black hoodie. This is a fun picture. We had to draw a snail, and a fun story. I used a reference picture for this image of myself. One time, I'm very ticklish, and my boyfriend was tickling me, and I kind of backed up into a corner and just sat down and I hid because he tickled me, and he thought it was very funny and took a picture, so I used that picture. And this thing I'm wearing on my head is a crochet Cheshire cat beanie. It's actually the first crochet thing I've ever made. So I guess in another video I'll show you some of my crochet items, but Cheshire cat beanie, and I have a snail shell on my head and some flowers. So this is quite a fun picture. And this is in 2011. And this, I think the theme of this picture was 2011. And it was the year of the ox. I thought that was just something cool to draw, and I guess by this time I was really busy with my masters, so you will also see we didn't draw a lot in the book in this year because we were both finishing our masters. So yeah, I just kind of did like a simple design here, the year of the ox. Then the next picture, we had to draw a band album cover, and if you guys don't know the band Foals, they are very cool and I like them a lot. And I drew their band cover called the cover of their album called Antidotes. Yeah, something really went wrong with this guy's eyes. But it is what it is. If you don't know Foals, go check them out. They're very cool. And here we have some Dragon Ball Z again. And this time I drew Goku eating a cloud. And Goku is like in Dragon Ball Z heaven or something here with a halo around his head, and he's always eating. Again, this is done from a reference picture. This is not my own work, from my own imagination. And then we have this fun picture. So the theme was trees. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the work of Alex Gray, but actually I did not go in with this picture kind of using Alex Gray as inspiration. It's only afterwards that I realized that it kind of reminds me of the work of Alex Gray. But yeah, I kind of had this idea of this guy or person with branches coming out of his face, and yeah, this is what happened. is how it came out. And this is my favorite picture in the whole book. So both my friend and I had this, I don't know, morbid fascination with death at the time, but not like in a, I don't know, sad or depressing way, more like in a what happens to you after you die way. And I like this picture a lot, and I like how it ties in with this picture. So I guess this lady or this person represents death that kind of comes and takes this guy. He's got some kind of fatal wound going on there, and she kind of comforts him and guides him to wherever he's going after he dies. So death is a cool picture, and I really like how the two pictures kind of tie together. And then we have this guy. So, okay, this is also 2021, and I think what we had to do here is draw like a person from a band we like, or like something to do with the band. I don't really know what we had to draw here, but I drew Johnny Greenwood. So if you guys don't know Johnny Greenwood, he is the lead guitarist of Radiohead, of the band Radiohead. And Radiohead is my favorite band. I love them so much. And especially during 2021. I mean, they've been around forever, but I only discovered them in 2021 while I was working on my master's. And I promise, like, if it wasn't for Radiohead, I think I might have lost my mind during the doing my master's. Like, I just realized doing research is not my thing. Like, I do not enjoy sitting on my ass reading articles and writing. I am a creative person, but yeah. So I drew Johnny Greenwood. He's such a cool guy with his, I honestly cannot remember what guitar it is, but he has this kind of signature guitar that he's always playing, and this is him. And his guitar and some cool kind of patterns in the background. And then we had to draw a leaf again, and I really like this kind of picture here. And actually by this time it is 2022, and this friend of mine has moved to another town, and one of his housemates had a leaf bug as a pet, and I thought it was so cool, so I kind of decided I wanted to do something with a leaf bug. And I really like this kind of mushrooms. It's like, it almost seems like a cracked porcelain, and the mushrooms growing out of the cracked porcelain, and this skeleton leaf. It's like when you put a leaf in water, and after a while it kind of becomes transparent, and it looks like this. So I really like how this picture came out. It's kind of, I don't know, trippy. I really like it. And that is the last picture in this book. Oh wait, actually I remember now. There's another one I randomly did at the back of the book. And it is, okay, I don't know what I wanted to do there, but it is this one. And I think I did Aurora. I don't know if you guys know the artist or the singer Aurora. I really love her music. And yes, there you can see it, Aurora. And she has a snail on her face. And if you by now don't know yet, I love snails and mushrooms. It was a big thing for me in that time of my life. And she has her signature hairstyle with like kind of a short bob at the back, and bangs, and long front part. It's actually kind of similar to what my hair looks like now, except for the fact that I don't have these long front parts. I only have like kind of short hair like that. And she also has these antlers coming out of her face, and some was beginning to draw a giant African land snail here, but I haven't finished it yet. So this is my little sketchbook. I wish I had more time to work in this book, but unfortunately we are adults with adult jobs out here. We don't have time for creativity so much. Although I am an artist by profession, but I pretty much do commissions and orders, so I don't have time for my own side projects as much anymore. But it was nice showing my little book to you